Hello, I'm Helen Peters and I'm the author of Midnight Adventures in Primrose Park. There are two stories in this book, Dapple the deer and Olive the otter, and they're both about baby animals who sneak out of their normal environments and find themselves in a city park at night. Dapple is there because he's trying to get help for his mum, who has got her hoof caught in a wire fence at the edge of the wood where they live. And Olive is there because she sneaked out of her holt at night after her mum had told her not to, and jumped into the flooded river to play and got washed down and ended up in a stream in a city park. Luckily, a boy called Hassan and his mum Asma, who works for the local wildlife rescue centre, are in the park and are able to help the animals after all sorts of drama and adventures are going on. I grew up on a farm in the countryside, so I was surrounded by animals, but I've lived in the city for all my adult life, and I really love seeing wildlife in the city and how the wildlife interacts with humans. I'm very excited at the moment because we've got frogs and tadpoles in our little pond in our city garden, as well as seeing squirrels burying nuts and birds making their nests and bees pollinating all the flowers. So it's great to watch wildlife. And while I was researching and preparing and planning these books, I was reading about wildlife, more unusual wildlife that sometimes finds itself in a city. So deer and otters, for example, who are out of their normal environment and have to rely on the kindness of humans to look after them. I really enjoyed writing parts of these stories from the animals' point of view. It was the first time I'd done that, and it was really fun to imagine what a city might feel like and look like and smell like and sound like from the point of view of a baby animal. I'm going to read you an extract from chapter 2 of Olive the Otter. And this is where Olive has been told by her mum that she can't play in the river at night because the rain is too much and it's been flooded and it's dangerous for her. But she decides she's going to sneak out anyway. Chapter 2. It's not fair. It poured with rain all the next day. Olive was bored. She had been inside the holt for too long. "Can I come out with you tonight?" she asked her mum. Iris said, "No, it's not safe. The river is too high and the current is too strong." And she went off by herself. Oban snuggled down in bed, but Olive thought, "It's not fair. I want to play." When her brother was fast asleep, she sneaked out. The river was rushing and roaring, and the water was higher than Olive had ever seen it. "Whee!" she squeaked as she whizzed down her mudslide. Splash! She dived into the water. That was fun. She tried to swim back so she could slide down again, but she couldn't turn round. Instead, the water grabbed her and pulled her down the river. "Stop!" she cried. "River, stop!" But the river kept pulling her further and further from home. Olive felt very frightened. She wished she had never left her holt. She grabbed a low branch and held on to it. "Mum!" she cried. "Help me!" Snap! The branch broke, and on she went down the river. Olive was too cold and tired to fight the water anymore. She let the river carry her along. Sometime later, the river slowed down and turned into a narrow stream. The water swished Olive into a clump of reeds. She tried to get out and onto the bank, but she was too weak to climb up. "Mum!" she cried. "Where are you? Come and fetch me." An old tawny owl looked down from a branch. "What are you doing in the city?" he said. "What's a city?" Olive asked. But the owl spread his wings and flew away. Above her, bright light shone from tall poles, and the air was full of strange sounds and smells. Olive shivered. She felt very small and alone. How would her mum ever find her now? Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy Midnight Adventures in Primrose Park. Bye.